Last time on Total Party Guild.
Have I seen anybody with like the matching flowers on them?
Roll
at
me
all?
a retroactive perception check.
Cool.
Ooh, sifting back through your memories.
It's now a retrowave
Yeah.
retroactive live podcast.
Oh, shit.
Welcome, heroes. My name is Jeremy Blackheart, and I'll be DMing this arc of Total Party Guild, a weekly retrowave-inspired modular live play 5th edition D&D podcast. This week, the guild will be hiring
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel Von Onyx, human bard.
Justin Lamb playing Stennel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
Sean Rowe playing Singer, the tiefling cleric.
in continuing his quest with us.
Matthew playing the gnome Dimble Pilwicken.
When last we left our heroes, there was a dreadful fall behind the scenes at Prominence Theater. A woman in a blackout suit fell 30 feet and smashed her head on the floor. The show continued, but our heroes have no idea what happened. Dimble has seen a clue, a loose railing on the second catwalk. What will they find out next?
That's an excellent question.
Indeed.
So I'm thinking with the poem and the clue that maybe the person who's wearing the crownish looking flowers is someone we need to interrogate. What do you think? Anyone?
It's as good a lead as anything else, I guess.
Great. Stennel, could you go get them and bring them back here?
Oh, geez. Okay.
When I was looking out over the crowd, and I saw some outlines of individuals that had, that kind of color in their head space.
Mm-hmm.
But did you say there was one in particular that had just sort of a backlit head?
Yes. On the second floor, on the right-ish side.
I would remember where I spotted that, so I'm going to head up to the second floor where the people are, and I'm going to look for that person.
You're just kind of hustling?
I put some hustle in my bustle.
And there are so many stairs.
How many stairs?
So many.
Ugh, too many stairs.
There's a set on this side of the wall to the theater that's kind of behind a curtain, and it's used for the staff because they have like waiters that might go up. It heads up towards the back wall. You're kind of in another upstairs second floor hallway. There's another flight that goes up to the third. You see the hallway curves to fit the shape of the theater, and then there are large oversized single doors that go into private booths, and most of them are at least cracked.
Okay. Did I see the person in a private booth hanging above?
Yeah, all the second and third floor are booths.
So I'm gonna about in the general area I should be. I'm gonna start peeking through doors and just kind of looking to see if I'm in the right spot compared to where I was in the wrap.
I'll say it takes you two. The first one you peek in, and it's an older dwarf getting handsy with his human lady friend. You just hear some like giggling.
Oh, you do you, buddy.
The second one you poke in, you're spot on, and you see the pale glow that kind of shines around this red tiefling's head. And she sits much taller than the man she's with, even in her chair. And she's very prim and proper with like perfect posture. And he's just kind of like leaned over trying to be like sweet talky, kissy, and she's having none of it. But you see she has a hairpin, and it just has those purple flowers that are glowing. And tucked in the middle is a rolled up piece of paper.
And it's just the two of them in this booth? Is she sitting?
Mm-hmm.
Can I reach up for that piece of paper?
You can roll a stealth check.
Like a sleight of hand, maybe?
Well, roll a stealth first. At advantage because the concert.
Yay.
And you're wearing black.
Oh, yeah.
All black.
Oh, shit. Loud noises and disguises. Oh, good, because one of those rolls was a natural one. The other one is better, a 17 for stealth.
Okay, now roll sleight of hand. I'll give you advantage too.
Right. With such a nice stealth roll.
Well, the concert and she's distracted by her man friend.
That's way better. So that is a dirty 20.
You stand up on your tippy toes, and just with the ends of your fingers, you manage to pull it out of the hair clip.
Can I quickly unfurl it and read it?
Yeah, one sec.
Wait, can Stennel read?
It says poison and stealth.
That's
That's
even
it?
more ominous than the last one.
Just the one line.
I wonder if the other guys have similar messages.
I will back up to the entrance,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will come in not stealthy, but I'm gonna pocket that thing somewhere in my deep blackness.
Kind of that hoity voice. You just hear, "Not now, help, I'm enjoying a show."
I'm so sorry to bother, ma'am, but this is official business. Allure would like you backstage before the intermission because she would like to bring you on as a special guest.
Roll a bluff check.
Deception.
That's a 15. It's not nothing.
Oh, she would. Why, maybe that was my secret admirer. We do look so alike. Get off me, and she pushes the man away.
Let me bring you to her agent who's backstage. You'll have all the passage that we have backstage. Please come with me, miss. Sir, you'll have to remain here.
But I'll miss the rest of the song, and it's so delightful.
Well, you'll love the one that's next.
Free backstage
I
passes.
suppose so. A girl can dream. And she stands up real quick and looks at the man like side-eyed, and then turns her nose up and follows you out.
I will move quickly with my little legs, and I'm going to bring her straight back to the team, the A team.
Okay, yeah, she follows you the whole way. She's asking questions like, "Oh, what's she like? Is she as sweet as they all say she is?"
Not quite.
Oh, that means
But
she has
she's-
a mean streak, and she's like fangirling.
I've seen her throw a shoe or two. But she's super cool.
Oh, I know, dearie. I mean, you get to see her work all the time, and I just get to come every time she performs. And she's so dreamy.
Oh, yeah, the whole band's pretty cool. I really enjoyed the song about the guitars. That was really good.
And she just goes, "Psst." Heathen.
Well, you know, different flavors for different people.
And no more talking help.
Okay. Yeah. So let me take you backstage.
Yeah.
Let me go backstage.
Yep, all the way back. And the whole way she's like, well, once you get to the actual backstage and she sees what it's like, she's like, "Oh, this is the kind of place you keep for such a beautiful little flower?" Ugh, disgusting. Anyway, where's this manager? Where's her room?
Oh,
Is this her room? As you walk by, like with
no,
the exploded clothes.
A little further.
Hmm?
Just a little further. No, there's I just need you to talk to her manager. Hang on. So when we get back to the team, I'm gonna push the lady gently towards Jewel, and then I'm gonna take the bit of paper and I'm gonna hand it to Singer, and then I'm gonna head back out immediately without actually talking to anybody, and I'm gonna look for the next person with like something on their head, someone who's closer.
There was somebody on the bottom floor. There's somebody on the third floor, and there's one more on the second floor.
Bottom floor. I'm gonna go see if I can take an old wide loop,
Okay.
and try and get to the person near the back on the bottom floor.
Okay. Easy.
Why would you think that somebody sent you something that said poison and stealth in it and think that that's a secret admirer?
Are you
She
actually
might not have
asking
read the
that?
note.
Okay.
No, because I haven't read anything yet.
Yeah, but I handed the piece of paper to Singer, so
I read it.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this has been. Am I still invisible? Okay.
Oh, I was gonna. Oh, shoot, that's right. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'd hand it to Dimble.
No,
Well, I'm not
it
invisible
only
anymore.
lasts 10 minutes. It's been like 45.
Oh, then I'll. Yeah,
I thought
okay.
invisibility was an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour.
$1. I thought it was 10 minutes. My bad.
Then I give the paper to Dimble, and I'm like, I don't read well, and then I keep going.
Poison and
What is this?
stealth. I don't. It's weird.
What does this mean?
Who does this person have shoes that match the
No,
shoes?
she's wearing her own fancy clothing.
I will message Stennel. What is this note? What does this mean?
I stole it out of the lady's hair with the flowers. She might not have known it was there.
Oh,
And immediately to Jewel, she goes, "Oh, dearie, you're the manager and you get involved? Oh, that's so admirable. So when do I get to meet her?"
I'm sorry. Who? What?
And she sent for me. Allure sent for me. That's what that little man said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't sound too sure about this. Is this some cruel joke?
No, of course we can hook you up. I know. Me. I'm sure she'll be glad to meet you. Where did you get this beautiful hair clip?
I'm sure Allure sent it when she saw me in the lobby. Some man dropped it off and said it was from a secret admirer.
Oh, do you remember what the man looked like? Did I say that? Did I have a stroke?
Oh, just some human man. Black hair. Olive skin.
Black.
I mean, he's pretty plain looking. Nothing like Allure.
Was he wearing one of these stage outfits? The black?
No, he was just wearing some average clothes that you would see some of the market people wear.
Humdrum.
Have we seen anybody that might fit that description?
Everyone's wearing
Olives.
bodysuits. There's a lot of olive-skinned men.
Okay. Well, if you want to sit backstage and have, the first-hand view from back here, I'm sure I'm looking around to see if there's like literally anybody that can babysit her.
And
I'm sure
everybody
it will
is
be fine.
involved.
Yeah. You can sit back here and watch from like the sidelines. I feel like it's a much cooler personal view to watch from back here than, out in the crowd with everybody else.
Here, I can barely see her with all the lights. I had a perfect view. I had a box seat.
I mean, you can go back to your box seat if you'd prefer. I kind of look at the only other person I can actually see at Dimble, like,
Are you also a manager? And she looks down at Dimble.
No.
this is just my assistant.
Assistant manager.
Assistant manager. Yeah.
Can you have
Assistant to the manager.
Mr. Assistant Manager, can you have somebody clean up this mess while I sit and wait for that goddess?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. I turn around and try to find someone to help clean up the mess.
Just walk out like, don't worry about it. Let her look through all of her things, I guess. That's weird. I'm sure she totally won't be mad that we left a rando in her.
And she
room.
totally goes straight in there and starts like holding up Allure's clothes to herself and like posing in front of the mirror.
So just as a question, does this person look anything like Allure if you had no idea who Allure was?
Yeah, she is a red tiefling with the same style horns. They kind of go up and then curve back.
Maybe
I'm going to look and see where Stennel is heading, and I will choose another person with flower on their head and go towards that person and see if there's something in their hair piece as well.
Okay. So Stennel.
Yeah, I'm dressed in black.
Yeah.
I'm dressed in black, but you're actually invisible.
Yes.
Yeah, so Stennel's going to the one on the ground floor. There's another one on the second floor, and then there's one all the way at the third floor.
Well, I definitely don't like the idea of leaving this woman in Allure's dressing room, unsupervised, looking like Allure when somebody is maybe trying to do something unseemly, untowards to her.
Ooh.
So I will...
And she doesn't seem to have any idea what's going on.
Right, but she might be if somebody sees her in here and thinks that she's Allure, we might have put her at danger.
But some
danger.
random person gave her similar flowers to what Allure got. Maybe
to what we found.
I don't know. It's weird.
I think you're onto something. Someone's been like, and the other one who had like a hat with these flowers on them. She was a shorter, rotund, red tiefling woman. So I mean, it's there seems to be a theme for the person who was giving these out. But I'm hoping when I get close to this person on the ground floor, which should be any moment, I'll know more.
I'm going to go ahead and go to the farthest one, the third floor one.
Okay. Stennel, roll me a stealth check.
17.
She's wearing a small brimmed hat that is kind of like cocked back. So it's just on the back of her head. It's not all the way on her head. And it has a ring where like a piece of cloth would go of those flowers. Like it was meant to be a flower crown woven together. She's sitting on one couch by herself. She's got her feet up and she's got that Greek goddess laying down. She's younger, but she's a thick, healthy girl. And she just has nice-ish clothes on.
Without anyone with her?
No, no one with her.
You know what? Power to her. She's enjoying the show. So what I would like to do is I would like to get close enough to the back of the sofa to see if there's like a note or a curled up thing in with the flowers. Mm-hmm. If there is, I would like to gently retrieve it, preferably without her noticing. But I also want to be bold about it in the sense that if she does notice me, I still want to grab the bit of paper.
Okay. So when you get close, you notice there's one woven kind of in the middle of the crown. And just the end is poking out because it's wrapped around the hat.
In just the end of the paper?
Yeah.
So to pull that out, she's definitely going to notice.
It's not a hat. That's what you roll sleight of hand for.
All right. Sleight of hand. Here we go. 12. Decent roll so far.
So you reach up and just gently wiggle it out of the woven flowers. And she doesn't move. She's bobbing her head slowly.
I will back away a couple steps and then I'll turn and I'll head up to the next floor. The second floor was where?
Kind of off to the right, but past where you were.
It's like a scavenger hunt we used to do when we were kids, but instead of like broken pot handles and stuff, it's like bits of paper with runes on them.
Who looks for broken pot handles?
My grandma was a hoarder and my parents never really cleaned it out.
Are you going to read it?
Huh? No, I don't think Stennel can. I mean, I'll read it, but it's not going to.
It says, hatred she dealth.
See, I don't even know what that is. All right, but I'm heading up.
So before I jump to Singer, Jewel and Dimble, is there anything you two want to do?
I'm going to be straightening up this room so that this lady's not going through all of Allure's things.
Oh, she totally is anyway. She's just ignoring you and doing what she wants.
Yeah.
I walked up to a random person and asked them if they could come help clean up the room.
Yes.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
I have that.
What
it's
is
persuasion. Persuasion,
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
that.
Persuasion.
Old editions always get me.
That's a 10.
With your 6 charisma.
Yeah, it's yeah. For some reason, I have that as a skill, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But
and he just goes, "Is it really that messy?"
I don't know, but the lady in there seems to think so.
Oh, I guess I could do that real quick.
Cool. Follow me.
In pops in just some random dude that just kind of like starts folding clothes and putting shoes in a line. And
Fantastic.
you did something with your 6 charisma.
It was pretty impressive. I'm going to say.
This is excellent.
Yeah, I'll make small talk with her. Just like, it sounds like she's from Perth, maybe. Yeah.
No, dear. I was born here.
Oh. Jewel knows how to make small talk. Vanessa does not.
And she's
so.
like, oh, this dress would look so good on me. I have to ask her where she got it. Maybe I'll just have one made. Maybe I'll get her to sign the one I make.
Sounds like a plan. I will give her, well, she probably already knows like all the good spots to get clothes made.
Is she like legitimately fangirling, or is this hammed up?
No, she's legitimately like going gaga. Singer,
Yes.
what is your tactic for finding the one on the 3rd floor? Are you just going to poke in everyone until you find it?
Yep.
Up here, it's really a lot of old wealth. You find that a lot of the old wealth isn't actually enjoying themselves that much. It's really just like, I spent so much money to have this experience. But eventually you do find it, and it's a booth with 6, all older women of varying races. There's an older elf, an older gnome, a couple older humans, and then 2 older tieflings. One of them is a red tiefling with the same style horns. The other one is a black skinned tiefling with like white runes down her shoulders and the back of her arms. And the red tiefling's more ton. She's got real puffy cheeks, a silver tiara with little sapphires studded through it. She put the flower crown kind of nested in it, so it glows through it.
Cool. Do I see the little scrap of paper?
Yeah, you're still invisible.
Yep. I'm going to walk over to it and pluck the scrap of paper out of her hair.
Roll a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Yep. 5.
Wow.
Nice.
With advantage.
So I'm going to ask you, if it doesn't feel like you would get it, would you pull it anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Get just the end of it, and then you yank real quick to try and do like the tablecloth trick with this little paper in the flowers.
Yep.
And the flower crown comes completely out of the tiara, and then the tiara falls onto the floor. And she goes to grab her head real quick, and everybody looks because they think they've just seen a ghost.
Okay, so real quick, I have the flower crown in my hands.
Yes, and it's floating in
And
midair
it's
to
floating
them.
in midair.
You go, what?
Oh, no.
What? And they get like that droopy faced, I'm about to scream look.
I shake it in the air a little bit, and then I pull the piece of paper out of it, and I drop it on the floor.
Okay. And then they go, help, help, help. And then you hear like running footsteps from down the hall.
Yep. I step aside so when they come bursting in, they don't run me over, and then I'll go out once they're inside the room.
And immediately they start questioning. And then you hear ghost.
And I slide out and I keep walking, and I unroll the paper.
Okay.
When Singer runs away, does it make the like spinning up sound?
Yes.
Zoinks.
Yeah.
This one says sickness and health.
Can I message Jewel?
Do you have the
No.
message spell?
No, not at all, but I'm going to try. I know it's something she does, and she makes it seem so easy, so I'm just going to think 25 words at her.
Jesus.
What are those 25 words, Stennel?
Found another paper with words. I can't read. I'm going for another.
Can't read.
Can't read.
I mean, it's very good advice. You should never can't read.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah. It's the center for kids who can't read good and want to learn to do other stuff good too. Since we're talking
What show
about
is that from?
Zoolander.
Is this a center for ants?
He's right. All right, so I'm going to the second floor.
I was also going to
Okay.
go to the second floor and see if I can find that last one.
Okay, so you get to the stairs about the same time, but Stennel cannot see Singer.
I just
I was literally going to say they're both backing up and they run into each other and then they like, and then they look around and like, it's just you. Since we're running a Scooby-Doo campaign right now.
like Zoink Scoob. It's the Harlem Globetrotters. Okay. So, yeah, I will happily just like walk face first into Singer's butt.
Hi, Stennel.
Oh, man, there you are. You gotta wear a bell or something.
That the point is not to be seen.
No, yeah. I think I saw another glowy person this way. More flowers. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you, but then you let me get the thing because I'm very good at it.
Sounds good. And I will try to find the last one.
Yeah, I mean, with enough checking, you just poke in, look behind a curtain. And it's just more of the same thing. People in awe, people playing grabby, or just people gabbing. The second floor people are more actually enjoying the show than being just there to be there. Find another flower crown.
All right, Sean's going for it.
I go for it again.
And it's a group, it's two couples, and they're both enjoying the show together.
Cool. What's the tiefling look like?
Red, same horn style.
Okay.
But she's really small framed. Like she's like 5 foot. The hat she's wearing is like a bonnet style, and then her horns come up over the brim, and the hat is just barely over the back of the chair. She's so short.
I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. If I see the little note, I'm gonna grab it.
Sleight of hand.
12.
Was that with advantage?
Yeah.
Shameful.
You actually pull it.
Oh, thank God.
It loosens the crown a little bit, but no one notices.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and read it.
It says plans on a shelf.
Cool. And then I'm gonna lean down and I'm gonna whisper to Stennel. Stennel, you should ask her where she gets her horns from. Is it a family trait or a certain area?
I'm going to take my paper that I lifted from the lady on the couch, and I'm going to hand it to Invisisinger.
Oh, thank you.
And then I'm going to, sidle up to these couples.
Ew, help. Get out of here.
I'm doing I'm moving my hands the way they're doing in concerts. I'm doing to the music. Like, so.
What are you doing? Leave.
Oh, no, I was just, shorter. What's your name? Shorter person.
Do you call her shorter?
I don't know. It's the music's so loud.
Her boyfriend stands up and he goes, "What did you say?"
I was just leaving, champ. And then I punch him
And
on
the other
arm.
guy goes to stand up.
Enjoy the show. And I take off.
Honestly, you could probably take all 4 of them, but
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. These
Well,
are just randos.
You know, finger guns. I'm just going to ask a question, but they got all stuffy. So, oh well. Singer can ask him himself. They didn't want to jam with someone in a blackout suit.
where to, guys?
But back to the crew.
Back to the crew.
We need Dimble and Jewel.
Dimble, what you up to?
Joel, they're taking a very long time. Stennel came back
Want me to
really quick
message
last
them?
time.
Okay, I will message Singer. Where are you guys? What are you doing? What's taking so long?
I scared a bunch of older tieflings and now I'm on my way back.
I just make like a face. Just the guild operating as intended.
He's seen what we do.
This is on brand.
I love that we have a brand.
You guys get back to the group.
I assume that this lady is like asking us a ton of questions and I just answer each one, not even really knowing the answer, just making shit up.
Yeah, where was she born? What's her favorite food? What's her favorite color? Does she have a favorite smell? Do you think I could get that before she gets back?
Yep. It's she was born in Bosque, and she likes sushi, and her favorite smell
Cheese
is
puffs.
the I was gonna say the head of an infant, because she totally seems like somebody who likes kids, and I don't think you could get that before she gets off stage.
Oh yeah,
She just gets a baby and rubs it on herself.
new baby smell.
I need this baby. Hold on.
Ew.
You hear from the stage, all right, I know I'm so amazing, but these Warforged are party animals, and sometimes I just need a break. We'll be back after a short intermission. Go out, get yourselves a drink, and we'll be right back to rock on.
I feel a slight panic because I don't know how I'm going to explain why we brought a lookalike into her office.
Do we come back with all the papers?
Yes.
Okay, then we should put them all together in a line, because that's what happens in plays. When they find clues, they put them all together on the same table, and then they look at them.
He's right. That's exactly what I was going to do. So,
I'll pull the one back out of her bouquet.
poison and stealth, hatred she dealt, sickness and health, plans on a shelf.
What's a delf?
It's a past tense of dealt.
Yeah, it is an archaic and unused version. It's become obsolete with current.
Sometimes you just got to force the rhyme.
Meta burn. So Stennel's not super bright.
No, Jules, brightish, but not wise.
Justin wants to add stuff that Stennel wouldn't put together.
We're all just staring at.
I don't know. Dimble's like trying to put the individual phrases like in the middle of like I spy, plans on a shelf, back and forth, but none of it like, like I spy, plans on a shelf, drowning in renown, poison and stealth, a devilish grin, hatred she dealt with a flowery crown, sickness and health.
No. Let's go back to devilish grin, sickness and health, with a flowery crown, poison and stealth. What do you think about that? Yeah.
I mean, it sounds pretty.
It does. Someone made a very pretty poem.
Dimble inspiration.
Nice.
Woot.
Maybe there's a plan somewhere on a shelf.
Are there any shelves in
It
here?
would have to be a very low shelf for me to find it.
Yeah, there's a couple bookshelves. It's a lot of like picture books. There's a couple little story books, but it's either music related or it's like an art book.
I could pick you up.
Roll me an investigation check, Dimble.
I pick him up to help him with the topper shelves.
Okay.
12. Not fantastic.
What was your passive again?
And my passive is 15.
You kind of peruse for a second. It kind of is near the end of the row of books, and it's a little beat up. And it says, "A History of Mirage, a collection of songs to ride the waves of time."
Weren't these like flowers, the mirage something?
They're the siren's breath from Perth, which is home to Mirage, the Bard School. The waves of time. To ride the waves of time.
What's in the
Yeah,
book?
that's just what the book's called.
Let's open the book up and see.
There is a bookmark that falls out of just the cover page, where it's just like white. On the bookmark, it says, "Her allure is deadly, hung on a wire, a bitter cord struck on a lyre. Watching you scamper like mice is delightful."
So the people operating the pulleys?
Her allure is deadly, hung on a wire, a bitter cord struck on a lyre. Watching you scamper like mice is delightful. And then Allure walks in. "What are all you doing in my room? What's with all these help? Who's this dollar store version of me?" Or copper store version of me.
Oh, there you go. Copper store. Go down to the copper store. Oh my God, that's amazing.
And immediately that woman looks super offended. "What are you doing with that book? Get out." What? Jewel. Oh, you found my shoes.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them are missing.
Okay, I can excuse some of this then. Oh, you're the only one I can trust.
Well, do you know anything about these flowers?
Flowers. I
I'll
was seeing
show her.
flowers.
I'll open the shoe bag with the siren's breath in them.
Oh, I haven't seen these for a while. Where was this bag?
It was in the room next door.
And she's like fanning herself.
All right.
That's hot lights. Singing, you know?
I don't really know why we brought this lady. She had a matching, it had a note. There's a note. I'll show her the note.
Oh, yeah. I will.
Something's going on.
I brought her because I wasn't sure if she was part of the plot. But I also told her that she could meet you. So that's kind of the trade-off for us investigating. Sorry.
Yeah,
She goes, no, leave.
guild business.
Sorry, lady. Bye.
And she's like, you didn't send for me? And she looks like tearful. And Allure with no remorse just says, get out of my room. You garbage person, go. And the lady's like holding herself back from sobbing as she like meanders out and does the sad puppy look back. And then just walks out back towards her box seat.
I'm just glad it wasn't me that had to do that. I didn't know how to get rid of her. Except maybe pulling the Jewel card because Jewel trumps Allure.
Ha.
Well, Jewel would have some pull here.
What do we think this second part means? The plan's on our shelf, and on the shelf we found her allure is deadly, hung on a wire, bitter cord struck on a lyre, watching you scamper like mice is delightful.
Wait, where'd you find this by? What is all of this? I'm supposed to be taking a break.
Well, so take a break then. I don't care. We found these flowers in your bag when we were looking for your shoes. And it had this note.
And she's... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say she's half listening. You have your gold pin on, right?
Yeah.
Under your bodysuit.
Mm-hmm.
And she can kind of see the gold through the mesh.
Okay.
And she goes, wait, when did you do that?
Do what?
And she's like stretching the mesh out so she can see that it's actually gold.
Oh, Milo gave us our gold pins before we headed over to Bathum. He gave us passes to take the, what are they called? The portal? Yeah.
He what? When did you? Oh, I'm going to have such a word with Milo.
Okay.
And she's all in a huff that you got promoted.
Well, that's what happens when you do guild work instead of tour, I guess.
Some are meant to kill it on stage and some are meant to kill it in the field.
So we found these flowers in the bag while we were looking for your shoes. And it had this note on it. And then we noticed that several red tieflings in the crowd also had these flowers in their hair with matching notes. And I'll point to the matching notes. And then we found this book that had this 6th note in it. I don't know what it means.
Have you been threatened recently, or has anyone done anything to, I don't know, be bad to you?
She goes, that happens all the time. And she's like fanning her armpits.
You look unwell. Are you all right?
Jewel, is your friend okay in the head?
Yeah, he's just not used to performing. Is this like a normal amount of hot, like this is how you would actually be, or is she acting out of place?
No, like she was belting it out there for almost an hour.
I'm going to assume I'm no longer concentrating on invisibility at this point since you've been part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been an hour.
Yeah, I figured, by now the invisibility had gone off.
And you pop back
You're
in.
pushing the time when you're doing those
that's what I
last
figured.
ghost runs.
That's what I was afraid of, yep.
That's really pretty useful. What What does this other vial do? What do these other potions do?
So this one lets you walk up walls. Don't drink that one.
Like
it's bad.
Tapping on Dimble. Dimble's coat.
Hey, stop. Nope.
So no recent death threats then?
I mean, I get all sorts of threats all the time. Death threats, romance threats. I'm going to steal you away threats. I mean, they don't go through my manager or on my desk. Stalkers happen, especially when you're as beautiful as me. And she's putting on her red pumps.
Have you got anything with blue flowers or
did we actually look at her
hearts
pump
on them? All right. Something weird is happening. Like somebody is obviously stalking you and they're here and they have targeted people that have similar features to you, although they don't look exactly like you. So just be careful and keep on the lookout, be able to protect yourself. Okay. And you can just leave them and put your shoes on.
Yeah, she just rips it out of Stennel's hand.
Yeah.
And puts it on and then struts back out to stage.
Yeah.
And we're back. Are you guys ready to hear some more power-loving rock ballads? And everyone cheers. The drums start and the bass starts. She starts with like these sharp lyrics, that raspy, catchy, fast rock. And then the guitar starts its first riff. And then it goes twang. And everyone like kind of pauses. All the instruments stop. And then you hear boom, a loud explosion. And everyone starts screaming.
Oh, so that was a bitter chord struck on a lyre.
To the stage. Yeah.
How is that even stealthy?
I'm going to look up in the rafters for someone or something suspended by a wire.
Roll me a perception check.
That is my third 20 in this role play. Oh my gosh.
Holy shit.
That's 23. My third one on today.
Kind of off center, in the very top, you notice there's only one person and there are two bodies with their arms dangling over the metal frames that are up there. And the one person has a harness with a wire attached to the beam. They're stabilizing themselves with their feet on the metal frame, and they're leaning down just low enough to where they could see under the curtain, and they have a heavy crossbow in their hands.
I would like to climb up there really, really quickly.
Our heroes have found themselves in the midst of trouble. An explosion after a string of clues and an assassin in the rafters. How will they handle this upcoming predicament? Next time on Total Party Guild. Until then.
Party on!
Party on!
Party on!
Party on!
Remember to send us your memes and dice pics on Twitter and Instagram at Total Party Guild or hashtag Topagu, that's TOPAGU, and join our Facebook page, facebook.com/TotalPartyGuild. We have a modest website at TotalPartyGuild.com where we are setting up a wiki, our blog, and info on the cast, interviews with the characters, and details about the continent of Erosa.
Be sure to rate and review us on your podcast platform of choice. It's especially important to get us seen and promoted. If you love it, others might too. A guild of many defeats more monsters.
Party on!